very good friend of mine sent me a frantic email saying, "You have to try the new Bose L1. It's perfect for you." This is a guy I've known for 30-some years. He's a great musician and has fantastic ears. I had the opportunity shortly after that to experiment. It sort of was one of those life-changing moments.
The first time he played an L1, he called me and said, "Look, we got to play, I want to use these now instead of my rig." And I was like, "Well, a column with 3-inch speakers, come on, And he said, "It's the first time in my life it sounds the way I've been hearing it in my head."
Suddenly, it was like, wow, okay, there's a clarity here that will let me take my whole sort of sense of sonics and sound to a new place. Everything I do that has anything to do with acoustic guitar and part of the electric sound all comes through Bose L1 systems. As I was developing this project, I knew that there were going to be some sonic challenges. I've always had a little bit of problem with speakers anyway, because to me that's always been the weak link in things. The output side for me has never really been that satisfying. The truth is, the amount of sonic complexity that happens in the air is truly infinitely, exponentially more complicated than what happens when you cram a bunch of stuff into a couple speakers. Because to me, 2 speakers is just not enough. With this project, my idea was to try to keep as much discrete sonic stuff going on as possible. And this idea of using Bose speakers all around the stage, getting sort of discrete individual elements working together in the air is the goal here. So essentially what's going on is kind of buried in here. You can sort of see them, but we have a black background. There are discrete L1 columns that I assign to, kind of mirror the exact image that we have on stage.
We have a lot of Bose all around us. There are 12 altogether. You can hear everything because it's all coming from the locations.
A big part of what makes this so cool is the discrete imaging aspect of it. That concept of having the marimba, which is sort of physically here, but then I can monitor it from right there also, is just incredibly stimulating and inspiring. Standing in the middle of this every night is like heaven. It's just the greatest sound you can possibly imagine. Although I'm, of course, an electric musician, my ideal remains acoustic music. I think whatever success I've had in this area has to do with sort of applying an acoustic sensibility to electric instruments. And the Bose stuff is central to it all. We could never have done it without it.
I can't think of anything else that would do it. The coverage of it is more instrument-like, in a sense, is that you don't get any sense of it that it's coming out of a speaker. And that's what they do that no other speaker I've used can do.
We've done concerts all over the world and will continue to do more, and every day they've just performed perfectly. And of course the ease of setup for the crew in the midst of all this, just I think probably the highlight of their day, that they can just go jerk, 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 and it's done.
I mean, we've got a lot of them. They go up so fast and they disappear at the end of the night. And in terms of everything we've brought with us, you sort of don't concern yourself with them because you just put them down, you plug them in, and when you're ready, you turn them on and turn them up. They work. And I'm trying to think of something else we have that does that, and I actually can't.
This whole thing has been an incredibly enriching, exhilarating project on all fronts.
This is just an instrument for him now. It's not, a science project that's, you have to explain why you're doing it. It's actually, we finally built an instrument that he can play and get back to the music.
In fact, this all feels like my instrument now, because it is. It's attached to me. We've done now more than 80 concerts, and I can say I've never gotten a response like this for anything.